Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 2022, where we are Aston Martin and, well, the board actually want us to finish 4th or above this year, looking at the objectives, which is an interesting one. And yes, we've had a driver change. Valtteri Bottas is in. He is partnering Fernando Alonso. Bottas was absolutely superb for Alfa Romeo last year, and we've basically pinched him because they didn't give him a new contract. But there has been some absolutely bonkers driver changes in this one, so let's go. How do we have a look? I don't know what the best way is. Scout drivers, right? So okay, let's search by overall rating. Max Verstappen is still at Red Bull, as you would expect. He was always going to stay there. Lewis Hamilton, the second best driver in the game, or the joint best driver in the game, is at Haas because we tried to sign him and he wanted more than 24 million a year, so I said no. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz are both still at Ferrari. George Russell is still at Mercedes. Sergio Perez is still partnering Max Verstappen at Red Bull. Esteban Ocon is still at Alpine, as you can see there. Lando Norris is still at McLaren. We have Bottas and Alonso. Gasly is still at AlphaTauri. I'm surprised no one else picked him up. Kevin Magnussen partners Lewis Hamilton at Haas, which is such a weird thing to say. Antonio Giovinazzi is the backup driver at Red Bull. Lance Stroll is still at Alfa Romeo after we let him go early on. Oscar Piastri partners... no, he's the reserve driver at McLaren. I apologize for that one. Guan Yu Zhou has gone to McLaren to partner Lando Norris. So yeah, I missed him out as we were going through it. Sonoda is still there at Williams. We have Nick De Vries, who is the reserve driver at Williams. Zane Maloney is the reserve driver at Alfa Romeo. Filip Drugovich is obviously still with us. Dennis Horger is in car number 1 at Alfa Romeo. So he has replaced Valtteri Bottas, which I think is very interesting for Alfa Romeo, to be honest there. We've got Drugovich as our reserve driver, and Richard Verschoor is the reserve driver behind Lewis Hamilton at Haas. I still can't get over the fact that he's there. And Callum Williams is the reserve driver for Alpine, and that pretty much covers everyone. But yes, the biggest news, obviously, is that Lewis Hamilton has joined Haas. Can he make the American team of Haas absolutely amazing this year? I don't know. We are just about ready for the Bahrain International Circuit Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix of Season 3. If we have a look at our performance of our cars, though, this is the difference. If we look at where we stand on the grid, we are now the 15th fastest top speed, 19th acceleration, 11th. We're one of the best cars in terms of low speed. That's our best ranking, so 11th is pretty good. Cooling and stuff is still pretty rubbish, but we bought a lot of upgrades over the season. We did a lot of improvements, which I'm quite happy about. We did start in negative money because of bringing in Valtteri Bottas and sorting out all the stuff and things like that. However, we don't have any development ongoing, I don't think, at the moment. Oh, yes, we do. We've got loads of development going on. We're doing a front wing, a rear wing, and the side pods as well. And we're manufacturing some new suspensions that we've already invested in. The other thing to talk about is that we have replaced our technical chief. It is now Enrico Cardielli, who is an 83 rated. Head of aerodynamics is now Dick De Beer, 84 rated. And we've kept our 2 race engineers as well. So hopefully everything will be going pretty well now that we've got one of the best staff in the game as well. But let's get into the race weekend. We need to go and say what we think we can do. I'm going to say we can reach Q2. Why not say Q3 as well? We'll get that done. We're not going to do the fastest lap, but we'll say we'll get a finish position. Oh, 8th is the record now. 8th is what they want us to hit. I'll say we get both drivers in the top 10 because we've got 2 quality drivers with us now. And hot streak, let's go finish position. We'll get at least 1 driver for 5 races in the points. I think that'll be a decent one to do as well. Right, I'll go and do practice and we'll be back for a speed qualifying, as we're going to try and make these videos slightly shorter than what they were for Season 1 and Season 2. Let's see how that goes. So, practice is done. 96% confidence for Alonso, 99% confidence for Valtteri Bottas, and yeah, awesome. Absolutely awesome first practice session. We're looking like we're in a good position here. We should very easily get out of Q1, definitely. And then Q2 will just be how other people are reacting, to be honest, because I think... Okay, so the AlphaTauri is going out pretty early. We're going to let's let Albon clean the track. We'll let Albon do one lap and, yeah, he can... I mean, he's out on his own, right? Norris goes as well. Like that. Albon, yeah, clean the track, starting his fast lap. There we go. So more people going out. So we're going to send Bottas, and then we're going to send Alonso just to go out and just set a banker time and see what they can do. And I'm hoping they can do a very good lap that puts us in a good position here, as we might hit a little bit of traffic. Bottas looks like he's got a pretty clear run. Alonso 4th, Bottas 5th. Lovely stuff. We'll get them back into the pit lane and then go out for their second lap when they're ready. We could, I think we're going to put the same... let me... yes, we'll cancel that. Quickly check. So 5th and 6th. I mean, Leclerc's definitely going to improve. A 130. We're not far off Carlos Sainz. Do we go back out on the used... I think used tyres should get us through. I think the used tyre should get us through. So we'll put them both back out onto that used set. And then we'll go out for a second lap. Just as the track will have a little bit more grip and we'll start getting into a bit more racing sort of territory, I think. Yeah, so, I mean, we're quicker than both... Oh, Daniel Ricciardo's in a Mercedes. I forgot to mention that one as well. We're quicker than both Mercedes at the moment. Look at Gasly. Bloody hell. He's so OP in this game. He's a good driver in real life, but he's so OP. Comparing him to Albon, who's like nearly a second slower than him. But everyone will go out for their second lap, so I think we can probably go out in amongst all of this. I would like to go towards the end because we've got a good banker lap in. So there goes Gasly. So let's send out Alonso first, and then we'll send out Bottas. Maybe Bottas might get a bit of slipstream here, so let's see how these laps go. We are right at the back, so we'll be the last people over the line, and we're going to be well within the time to get a lap going. So on those used tyres, it looks like we're already through, which is great. And we set, I think Alonso was 10th and Bottas got 7th, so maybe the slipstream does work. But both drivers in the top 10 in Q1 on used sets of tyres as well is very good to see. We could put them on again for a banker lap. I think that is what we're going to do. We'll put on the used set for a banker lap just to go out there and see what we can do in Q2, knowing that we can put a fresh set on for the end of Q2 if needs be. Again, let's get someone out there to clean the track for us, although it won't be too dirty for now. Let's see if we go send, pause, send. See if that slipstream works for Alonso in this one. I'll be very interested to know if the slipstream in qualifying is very beneficial. So they're starting their quick lap in Q2. So yeah, Alonso goes ahead of Bottas, not by a lot, but the used tyres obviously be affecting us a fair bit there, which is why we're so much slower than everyone else. So let's get a fresh set on for you and a fresh set on for you, Valtteri, and we can just get ready to go. So looking at it at the moment, we're in 12th and 13th and 14th, but I'm expecting us to set a much better time in the second bit. Bahrain's not normally a circuit with too much incident. Ocon goes out on his own to go and set a little lap. Everyone else starts going, so we want to go right at the back again, hopefully. Although Ocon's going to get in the way now, isn't he? So let's go. Bottas can do the slipstream this time, so let's go out like so. And Hamilton's the only person behind us at the moment. So Bottas and Alonso making their way around, starting their quick laps now. Ocon slightly in the way, but not too much. Can we improve? Yes, we can. Bottas gets 10th, so they both get through to Q3. Alonso up into 5th. Absolutely awesome that. Both drivers through. Knocked out Zhou, Hamilton, Albon, Ocon, and Schumacher knocked out in this one as well. Schumacher getting a Williams into Q2 is pretty impressive. But double Red Bull, double Ferrari, Aston Martin, Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, AlphaTauri, and Aston Martin up there as well. So into Q3, lovely stuff. This is what we needed. I think we're going to put that set on. Do I want 2 sets of softs for the race? That's the question. I don't... Do you know what? We're into Q3. I don't think I really expected us to have both drivers in here, but we will Get out there, manage Q3. We're going to keep these qualifying sessions running pretty quickly, to be honest. I'm sort of thinking let's set an early lap on these used tyres that we have. So look at that, Alonso's going to get some wonderful slipstream off Bottas there. At the moment, Bottas is the bottom of the grid, so we may flick this around in terms of slipstream after this first lap. So Alonso goes second on the grid, although there's not a huge amount of drivers out at the moment. And we are on the used tyres again, so let's reconfigure, get that fresh set on. Yeah, get a fresh set on for you. Why not? Get them on. And then this time, because we've got a lot... who am I prioritising as the best driver? That's the question. Who do I want to give the slipstream to? Maybe we give it to Bottas and try and get both drivers as high as possible. I think we will. I think we'll send Alonso out first. I mean, we're only 0.3 off Verstappen and we had used tyres on. I'm pretty sure everyone else is going to be running on used tyres for this one. So we should be improving and they shouldn't. Right, everyone going out. There we go. Right, so we'll send out Alonso and then send out Bottas. Get that slipstream. Hopefully I haven't left that too late. I shouldn't have done. Should be pretty good to get them across the line. And there we go. Starting our final flying laps in qualifying. Can we get... what can Aston Martin do? First race of the season. And Bottas climbs to 8th. Alonso goes to 6th. So not too bad. 6th and 8th. I do quite like the look of that. Which is good. Good starting positions for the race. Into the Bahrain Grand Prix we go. We'll be back for race day. Okay, so we're going to overfuel the car ever so slightly. We can just put the max fuel in that we can. Obviously, from the off, we're going to get everyone to push. We know that's how we're going to start anyway. It's going to be an interesting... It's the first race of the season. No one really knows. 6th and 8th for Aston Martin, I think, is really, really good. Now, I would say we probably want to try... Yeah, see, they're saying soft, medium, soft is probably the fastest. So, yeah, it is 1:33.57. But do we have that in us? Because we don't have 2 sets of 100% tyres. So I actually think maybe soft, medium, but then mix this up to go medium, hard, end on the soft is what I'm thinking. Drag that medium out a little bit longer. I don't know. Could we do we could do medium, medium, soft. I mean, that can work. It's quicker. I think we're going to go medium, medium, soft, and we'll give a little bit of leeway on the medium that we're going to start on. I think we're going to do the same for both drivers, actually, because I think that seems like the logical thing to do. So we'll go to this one. We'll go medium. What did I say? Medium, medium, soft, isn't it? That's what we're going for. So like that. Drag the softs out, those softs out at the end a little bit. I think that's what we go with. Yeah, why not? Okay, that was easy enough. Right, we've got 2 really good drivers. Just got to put it into the car now, haven't you? Let's get into it. Right, Bahrain then, looking for 5 red lights. It's a double Red Bull front row. And I feel excited about this season. I do feel very excited about this season. Where are we? Okay, so everyone's starting on softs. Lots of used softs ahead of us as well, which means we'll have a little bit of longevity in our tyres compared to them. But we're going to start here as Norris is trying to look up the inside. Bottas is sitting 8th. We're going to get, I mean, straight away, Alonso's made a move there. So I think we can drop, and Bottas has gained a position as well. So let's drop these down. And I think we can, we'll leave the fuel push on for a little while. But at the moment, I think we can rely on what our tyres are going to give us in terms of longevity and getting positions up. As Alonso and Sainz still battling. Let's get into TV mode so we can see this a little bit better. Alonso's just going to filter in. I think that we can factor in that, you know, the Ferraris are in a quicker car. But is Bottas keeping pace with Lando Norris? Yes, he is, right behind. We just need to keep within that second until DRS opens. That is what we need. So Alonso got a good start, but has lost out to Carlos Sainz. And you can just see there, Carlos Sainz already putting in a bit of a gap. So let's just make sure we can deploy that ERS to stay within a second. Bottas looks like he'll be on the back of Norris for quite some time. That's okay. Alonso just needs to close the gap. Up there is Max Verstappen leads the way from George Russell. Perez behind him, then both Ferraris, then Alonso in 6th, Norris 7th, Bottas 8th. An entertaining sort of first lap coming in here as, yeah, he's closed the gap ever so slightly. We just need to make sure that we monitor that going forward. Bottas on the medium tyres, he is going to have a little bit less pace. We'll keep an eye on him for Norris as well. But for now, I'm happy with the start. Let's see how we progress when DRS opens. Okay, we're on lap 5. Valtteri Bottas is making moves. He's got the current fastest lap. Alonso has overtaken Sainz, but is struggling to keep pace with Charles Leclerc in front of him. But what we're going to try and do is get Bottas past Lando Norris now. We're going to ask Bottas to really push, get his tyres working a little bit harder, and see if he can get in between Norris and behind Sainz and then get dragged along so that he keeps pace with Fernando Alonso. That is crucial for what we need to happen here. So we're going to see what Valtteri Bottas has got in his locker as the new driver. Tyre wear, we're actually managing our tyres pretty well. Some of the soft runners are managing theirs equally as well as us. And this is Bottas having a little look on Norris. Couldn't quite get it done that time. We do have overtake on for him. Yeah, Alonso, as you can see, is just causing a little bit of a train here where the Ferrari of Leclerc is so much quicker than him. But maybe we just ask, let's, you know, Valtteri Bottas is in this train. We'll get him to just ease off and back off. We've got everyone else on soft tyres, so we don't have to worry too much about that. We could ask, do we ask Alonso to push? Let's get Alonso to push and see if he can catch everyone up to that train and pull Bottas, Norris and Sainz along with him. Hopefully we don't drop Sainz. We shouldn't do. Verstappen had a spin as well, so Russell is now in the lead of the race as Alonso is catching back up. We just need a little quick push. There we go. Lovely stuff from Fernando Alonso to quickly get that back into play. And now everyone is in this DRS train. We can try again with Valtteri Bottas. I'm just wondering if we can potentially harvest up a little bit here because he's going to have the DRS around this start-finish straight. So that should click in and make sure he's got the pace to get forward a little bit. Alonso is just about keeping pace with Charles Leclerc in front of him. If we can get Valtteri Bottas' battery fully charged, again, he's got the DRS, so I'm not in too much of a worry there. But yeah, we're going to let Valtteri Bottas do this and then hopefully make a move on Lando Norris. Okay, we're back with Valtteri Bottas. He's going for a move on Lando Norris. Can't quite get it done. As Helga has locked up for Alfa Romeo, I think what we'll do is just take that off overtake for now because we're going to do it down this, after this hairpin here. Oh, we're going to say driving clean air. Can you get this done, Valtteri? Come on, put it in. Put it in. Not quite, but can he get it done? Again, we'll say don't drive in clean air at the moment. We'll leave you on overtake just to see if we can then get it done down the start-finish straight where there's going to be a longer run for you. We are trying to push, but Norris is, yeah, just pulling away. Alonso has been overtaken by Sainz, but there's still a bit of a melee up front there. Valtteri Bottas just can't quite get it done at the moment. So let's make sure he's not driving in clean air and giving himself slower lap times when he doesn't need to. You can see everyone's sort of very still congested. We are keeping pace with the leaders, which is awesome. Now is the moment, Valtteri. Come on, you're right up his arse. That exit's just a little bit too poor. Not really working for him. Alonso still battling with Sainz and keeping up with Leclerc just. It's just round the corners. Alonso gets a little bit of better traction. I think we're going to have to ease off this and play the longer game because Valtteri isn't getting that done. At the moment, 10 laps gone. I've got a feeling some of the soft tyre runners will be coming into pit, which is where we're going to have to make the our pace really, really count as Alonso is getting overtaken by Sainz again. It looks like just coming up to him, but Alonso keeps the spot. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're back on lap 13, and we've been managing Valtteri Bottas's ERS sort of manually, and we're keeping pace with everyone now. I think their tyres are really dropping off, so we're going to make a move in a minute with Valtteri Bottas. In fact, we're going to go for it now and get him to absolutely push everything on Lando Norris here. Can he get it done? No, that McLaren just having a little bit of pace to hold off Valtteri Bottas. He's got low aggression, Valtteri Bottas, but he should be in an okay position to get this done. Yeah, we just need to make sure he gets it done in the right position, and that wasn't it, to be honest, Valtteri. It should be coming out of here. So, no, again, that exit is just so bad from him. Doesn't quite get enough, and now he's absolutely rinsed his ERS battery. So we're going to have to bring that down. We're actually going to conserve your tyres for a little bit as well, because you're running a little bit below Alonso's tyres. Hamilton's hanging on the back of us. Everybody's still within a second other than Magnussen. That's where it drops off a little bit. But Alonso doing really well to keep pace with Leclerc. Sainz is now sitting behind him. I do think the tyres are coming into that and taking effect. But generally, we're in a very good position. We're racing well. Coming up to lap 15, I can't remember what the strategies were if you were to be pitting reports, circuit info, expected strategy. So if you're on the softs, lap 15 to 21 is when you're going to be coming in, or 30. Yeah, okay. So soft, medium, soft means lap 15 is the earliest they would pit, which we're just getting towards now as Perez has pitted. So Perez has gone on to the hards. Okay, interesting. So I think we can put Bottas back to standard now that he's back in line with Alonso. Again, I don't think I want to push it too much. I don't think I want to push what we're doing too hard. As Hamilton has got past Bottas. That's a little bit annoying. That'll probably be because I left his tyres on conserve a little bit too long. But yeah, I'm expecting all of these guys to come in and pit pretty soon. So hopefully Hamilton can drag us along with DRS to get back up to Norris, because we did let a little bit of a gap go there. Although Bottas is having a bit of a shocker here. Why is Bottas suddenly dropping off a cliff in terms of letting drivers go past him? Guan Yu Zhou, who we bought Bottas in to replace. I've still got him driving clean air. That's probably why. That's not going to help. There we go. Leclerc in, Norris in. So, right, let's push Alonso whilst we're going to basically get Alonso to do a hot lap and see how quickly he can go. Bottas, I think we need to keep him where he is at the moment, but Alonso we're going to try and really, really push. Can we get in front of... In fact, what we want to do is drop this, drop this, drop this. We want to wait until these guys pit, and then we'll be out in front with completely clean air. In fact, if we can harvest up just while these two are battling a little bit with Alonso, I'm sort of forgetting about Bottas for the time being, because Alonso is going to be in a very good position here, where if we can not deploy anything, if these guys come into pit now, I assume Verstappen's going to pit, and they pitted Perez first to free up Verstappen. They're both in, right? Deploy, push, attack. Go really, really hard, Fernando. See what you can do. Bottas is also now in a position as well to stay out. So what we're going to do, we're going to harvest him up, and then we're going to get him... No, we're not. That's an absolutely stupid idea. We're going to get you to deploy. We're going to get you to go aggressive on your tyres as well. So Alonso has a 4-second lead over Valtteri Bottas. Verstappen has come out in 12th. What is it to the leader there? 27 seconds. You've lost your ERS battery. That's totally fine. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Let me just think about this. We've got a 27-second lead over Verstappen, who was, or Russell was 25 seconds, right? That's the lead. Where is overview? I want to see pit stops. How long is a pit stop? Time considerations. Average pit lane time lost. Green flag, 23 seconds. There is currently a yellow flag on track, but 23 seconds would technically put us out ahead of Russell. So what does that do to our strategy if we pit in now? What's Russell gone to? Because we can react here. Russell has gone on to... I think that's the hard tyre. He has gone on to the hard tyre. We could just match George Russell here. Change this strategy somewhat. Go on to the hard tyre and come in now. And still end on the softs. I think with Alonso, that's what we're going to... I mean, do we do the same with... Valtteri? Get on the hards. Pit this lap for Alonso. So Bottas is 3... No, he's not. He's 9 seconds off Alonso. So I don't think that's quite going to work. I think Bottas we keep as is. We keep Bottas on the strategy. I mean, he's trying his hardest, isn't he? He's going to have a bit of a gap. These guys still need to pit as well. I mean, they are rinsing their tyres. I'm going to suggest Bottas may have caused this yellow flag, actually. Yeah, Bottas spins on turn 11. I wasn't really watching it. We're asking him to push a little bit harder. He had one spin in practice as well. Oh, yeah, it's not ideal. He's lost a little bit of time with that. I just want to make sure. Pit options, pit, confirm changes. Right, so Alonso, we might as well just get you to absolutely rag those tyres towards the end. And you're going to come in. Yeah, you're going to come in now, Alonso. So we need a good stop here for Alonso, and we need to get out in front of Russell. As Gasly and Ricciardo come into pit as well. So Bottas, let's go for an absolute send if we can. Right, Alonso is in. We're going to get Bottas to push whatever he can. Where is George Russell? George Russell's just coming round. Alonso is getting towards the exit. It's going to be very close. Come on, Fernando. Come on, Fernando. Okay, he's behind Perez. He is out in front of George Russell. Perez obviously had the earlier pit stop. I think what we need to do, though, is push. We need to push Fernando to get into that DRS of Perez. So we need him to work hard. Bottas is pushing very hard on whatever he's got. And I think when Bottas comes round, we're going to get Bottas to basically do 2 laps pushing really hard, and then we're going to bring him in. Yeah, but Alonso, we just need to get into this DRS of Perez, who has gone on to the hards as well. And there we go, we're into it. So we can push all this off. Just stay within that DRS. Get Perez to drag you along. So Bottas now has... He is the leader, and he'll come out, 20 seconds-ish. Yeah, Bottas has basically got to keep pushing. Bottas needs to get as much pace as he can out of this car before he pits. And his pit window is active. When was his... 21, 2, 3. So not too long, Bottas, if you can keep pushing as much as you can. We'll probably bring you in a little bit earlier. But, right, interval-wise, Alonso is still getting pulled along by Perez. That's all we need at the moment. Because tyre-wise, what's Alonso got on Perez? 5% extra. So we could go for a move and then try and push Alonso through. And again, we can end Alonso on the mediums, which would... give him, we can bring him in earlier. We can react to whatever Perez is doing here, which is Alonso's in a very good position, and he's got a 2-second lead over Leclerc as well. So the overlap worked really well for Alonso there. Is Bottas extending this time? 0.255. I mean, just sit behind him and harvest up, Fernando. You don't need to worry about doing anything. Don't need to worry about overtaking him at the moment. Right, Valtteri Bottas, I think we're going to bring you in. Yeah, you can get one more lap out of those mediums. So you can stick to your strategy, Valtteri. And we can go pit options onto the fresh set of mediums. Pit this lap. And you can keep pushing. Fernando can hopefully just harvest up his ERS and sit behind Sergio Perez here, Checo Perez, and do a really good job. That would be amazing. What we just need to check. Don't go for the move. Sit behind him. Sit behind him. Lovely stuff. Right, let's just focus on Bottas because we want to make sure that he gets his pit stop done nice and correctly. I'm hoping this will be a shorter video. It might not be with how entertaining this first race can possibly be. But Verstappen and Russell seem to be stuck in a bit of traffic, which is good. Right, Valtteri's going to be coming in, so we'll get him to ease off all of that stuff. Harvest up just before he comes. Sector 2, something is happening. Let's just watch Valtteri Bottas's pit stop here. Someone ran wide in Sector 2. It was Ocon. Not much to worry about there for us. But, right, Bottas is in. I'm expecting him to come out around about Hamilton, hopefully, as Alonso goes past him. That's pretty good. There is Alonso. There is Bottas. Nice change onto the medium tyres. And now I think we just let Bottas do what he needs to on those medium tyres. Alonso is getting pulled around by Perez. He's going to come out just behind Hamilton. Could be a potential accident there because Bottas is going to come out into a lot of danger. But okay, Bottas has got his strategy. So we'll see what he is doing. And I think we focus on Fernando Alonso for now. So, Valtteri, just ease yourself around, mate. You're doing a good job. Fernando Alonso is doing superb here. I'm just wondering if we can save some tyres for him as well. Can we get him to conserve everything and sit on the back of Sergio Perez? That would be wonderful. Copy. Okay, we've got Alonso into the position of right on fuel, fully charged battery, and better tyres than Perez as well. So I think in a minute, probably as we come around this hairpin, we're actually going to make a move here and see if we can blitz past Perez. Let's get it in now. We're going to go attack and we're going to go push and we're going to go for absolutely everything. And drive in clean air if we need to. Oh, Alonso ran wide, so it's actually not ideal to probably get this done now because I don't think he's going to have the pace. He's not going to lose too much time. Lost about 0.4 seconds, so let's just bring all that back in to what we need. Don't say you have to drive in clean air. And we'll just let it build and we'll come back for another go in a minute against Sergio Perez. We shouldn't really need the clean air thing either. The thing is, we don't want Leclerc to get any closer. Okay, we're coming up to the same situation again with Alonso the next lap, trying to get this done. The thing we've got to do is get past him and then completely blitz past him and break that 1 second gap. It's something that Perez hasn't been able to do for us, or to us, but something we're going to have to do to him. So let's go into overtake, push and see what we can do on this bit here. He's going into defensive. He knows that we're going to make this move. There we go. And now we do need to keep this push going with the DRS. Can we get that up to a second and make this work? Valtteri Bottas still struggling down here, but we're not asking Valtteri to do very much at the moment. We just need Fernando to break this 1 second gap to Checo Perez before the next DRS zone. So it's down this straight. We really need to push. Everything needs to work hard. Perez is sticking with us. He knows he's got to. He knows he's really got to try hard to stick with us here. Perez is going to get DRS down here, which isn't ideal because obviously we're not going to get it. But we do need to keep pushing. If we can keep Perez behind us and push for a whole lap and break that 1 second at some point, I think we're going to be in a decent position as Perez doesn't get a move done. Norris and Leclerc battling, which is really going to help us out. How are we looking in terms of tyres? 82. We're not that much better than Checo at the moment, but we are. That was a much quicker lap. That last lap was a second quicker. So if we can keep that up, we'll be in a decent position. Bottas, I don't know. I'm going to have to manage Bottas in a minute.
Nicely done.
So 0.49, 0.5. We need to get it done before the next DRS zone, Fernando. You need to push. Okay, Bottas does overtake Magnussen, so he is starting to make some inroads. 0.7. Here is Perez. He's going to get a slow exit out there, but he is going to get DRS. His tyres are slightly overheating for Fernando, but we just need to break that 1 second. It's all we need to do, Fernando, and then it's all in your own hands if you break that 1 second. I know we're asking you to push hard, but just keep working, mate. Keep working. It's quite nice driving on the onboard from Perez, actually. It's a different view. Interesting to see. Bottas, I sort of feel like Bottas has let himself down a little bit. He does need to make some more inroads here. The other thing we can do is because we've put a huge gap now between us and Leclerc. We've actually pulled Perez along with us. So we could manage this and go for let Perez get in the lead if we want, because I'm a little bit cautious about what we're doing. So let's so it's a fastest lap for Fernando, so we'll sit here and see if Perez gets round us naturally. If Perez gets round us, then we can manage our stuff and get it all back into order. But I'll focus on Bottas for a little bit. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we've been sitting behind Perez for a while with Alonso. We've actually managed Bottas manually and got him past both of the Alpines. But Verstappen is closing the gap. He's on medium tyres, so I think we're going to have to try and make this move again pretty soon on Checo and try and see if we can break this move again. So we're going to go into attack mode. We've charged up our battery behind him for ages, and I'm hoping now we can get this move done. So Alonso should absolutely blitz past him here, which he does, and we have to break that 1 second gap to Sergio Perez. And we really need to work hard here, Fernando. His tyres have got a little bit of life in them towards the end. And obviously we're going to be ending on the soft, but we can pit earlier and end on the set of mediums that we've got as well. So Fernando really needs to push and break this 1 second. I think it's going to be tough in this point. But what we're doing is, well, we are accelerating away. Perez closes the gap with the DRS, but if we keep pushing where we charged our battery up so much behind him, I'm hoping that we can push away through these corners. Yeah, 0.5. We make a half a second gap in that point where there is another DRS zone. Now it's all about this crucial bit of neat little cornering here. I mean, it's been a great race for Fernando Alonso from this point. without question. Oh yeah, he's going to get DRS again. We just can't break that 1 second gap to him. It's really close. We may do it if we keep our deploy on. We can't push our fuel too much more than that. Want to keep that. This is where we need to break it. We need to break it now. Ah, it's just not enough. We're going to have basically 3 whole laps of deploy. Is it going to be enough? Alonso will close. Perez will close the gap there. And then he'll get another DRS bit here. We are pulling away from Verstappen with us doing this. We should break it. We've got enough battery that we should be able to break it in this little technical area here. 0.7. Come on, Fernando. 0.9. This is where we need to break it. Did Perez? I think Perez has just got it. It's over a second, though. The gap is now over a second. Come on, Fernando. This is where you just need to push. 1.1. 1.1 still. ERS is empty. We're going to ask you keep you on deploy, though, so that we can try and push away. And then we're going to get your tyres back. If we can just make sure that Perez doesn't have it after this corner. Sergio doesn't have DRS. Okay, right. We'll just bring you back into aggressive. Yeah, we've rinsed the tyres a little bit. I think it will be a medium. Oh, he's brought it back. He's brought it back in. This is the problem. We just don't have enough about us to break that 1 second and keep it ahead. Valtteri Bottas is closing the gap, actually, to Lewis Hamilton in front of him. Oh, Perez has done well there. Perez has done very well to keep that in. I think we might have to let Perez pass and then manage it again and just, yeah, because Verstappen, we need Verstappen to be about 2 seconds away, to be honest. Verstappen's going to end in the hard, so he's going to pit before us. He's going to do soft, medium, hard, I think, Verstappen. It's all around when people pit. It's all around when people pit. Okay, so annoyingly, Verstappen has shown some absolutely outstanding pace and has just completely blitzed us and is now on the tail of his teammate. And I think we're going to be left behind by these Red Bulls. I think they're going to be able to DRS train their way away from us, similar to what we were trying to do. Like, Russell is on us as well. I think our tyres are dropping off so much we may have to go for an undercut, but I'd still like to... I mean, yeah, Perez has now got better tyres than us where he's been going a bit longer. Verstappen is going to pit. It's all dependent on what we can do against Verstappen, really. Because Russell, yeah, right on our tail. Russell's, yeah, I mean, the Red Bulls are just pulling away now. They're going to have a field day. The faster cars are coming into this. Bottas isn't doing too bad a job. He's right on the back of Stroll and has caught up Hamilton quite a lot. But yeah, look at that. 2 seconds. That's what we needed to do. We needed a partner up there to help us pull away. But at the moment, we've just got to try and deal with Russell. And then Leclerc is going to be right behind us as well. Yeah, it's proving to be pretty difficult, I think, since we rinsed the tyres. Now, the question is, could we potentially, when could we get onto those medium tyres? Just to get us on a fresh set. I mean, we could go pretty soon, go for the undercut, but where would we come out in traffic? That is the thing, right? We're going to come out down here, and these guys are probably quite close to pitting. I think it's where our hard tyres have gone below 50%. I think that's what's causing us the drop off in pace. If we go lap history, Alonso, 35, 36. That double yellow really hurt us with a 38, and then we've dropped. Yeah, so we're 37s is what we were doing here, and now we're into the 38s. I've got a feeling we may have to pit a little bit earlier than we would have liked. The thing is, I don't want to come out in this. I don't want to get stuck in the traffic. I want the others to get stuck in the traffic. That's what we want. Bottas gets past Stroll, which is good. 20 laps to go in this one. I do think it's our tyre wear that is really hurting us. So what we're going to do is going to see, is Verstappen coming into pit? No. Right, we're going to try the undercut. We're going to try it. We're going to change our strategy. We're going to end on that medium tyre. We're basically going to come in now and see what we can do. This is a risk. This is very much a risk. I understand we're pitting from a very good position here. I'm hoping we've got that set in time so that we can come in. Right, we can come in. So basically we're going for, we've done an overcut, and now we're going for an undercut as well. It's a risk. It's a big risk, but we know that once we pit, we miss the traffic in the pit lane. Onto the medium. So we've got medium, hard, medium. It's going to be, what is it? What stops it going to be? A 20... It's pretty slow. Total time's pretty slow here. 29. Okay, we're going to have to make that time up. But now, Fernando, what we need you to do is absolutely gun it. And see how we get on. Because we also need to get you back into that DRS as soon as possible so that you're getting pulled along by someone else. It's a risk for Alonso, pitting from third or fourth, wherever we were. We're 24 seconds off the leader, so we just need to make sure that that is... I think it said 25 seconds, didn't it? It said... oh, where am I going here? Where am I going here? Car track, that's what I want. I just don't know. Reports, circuit info, time considerations. 23 seconds. Average pit lane loss is 25 seconds. So we need to make sure that we are always within 25 seconds of the leaders. Basically, is what we need to do. It's going to be a tall order for Fernando to get that, to secure that. But we are on fresh tyres. We can make this work. Bottas is still gaining position as well. He's now overtaken Hamilton, so his medium tyres are coming into effect. It's just when is... So Perez and Verstappen stay out for another lap. Hamilton comes into pit. I think they're going to potentially end on the softs, aren't they here? Verstappen staying out a long time. How are we doing for Alonso from the leaders? 22 seconds. So we are bringing it down. We are bringing it down. Okay, so Verstappen has pitted and we're 18 seconds behind him. Bottas is pitting this lap, so he's about to get out the way. It's not been a very good race for Bottas, but Alonso, in theory, could be leading this race. He could, in theory, be leading this race. So I think... Oh, do we pit Bottas? Or... Yeah, I feel like we have to pit... Do we pit Bottas this lap, or do we try and get him to drag Alonso around? No, we'll pit Bottas this lap. And then what we're going to do is basically say... With everything you've got, Alonso, you have to send it to see what you can do here. So Bottas pits, but we're not going to focus on that. Come on, Fernando. You've got to get past Stroll. You've got to get past Stroll. He has got past Stroll. Okay, good. Right, let's keep pushing. So Verstappen comes out 4 seconds behind us. And all these people in front are still going to pit as well. So... This is where the strategy really comes into it. Hopefully Verstappen gets stuck behind Ocon and Stroll for a little bit. Bottas took nearly 30 seconds to pit, but he is now done. And he is going to be seeing those soft tyres out till the end of the race, which probably isn't going to help him out too much. But, yeah, Fernando Alonso is putting in a very good bit of driving here. How is everybody else doing in terms of their... tyres? Knackered. They are absolutely shagged. Everyone else on those tyres. Cars should have enough to get to the end of the race. It's just whether we can have enough actual natural pace to keep the Red Bulls behind. You can see Verstappen has already made light work of Ocon. He's gone onto the soft, so his tyres will be pretty knackered at the end of the race. We just need to know when Perez is going to pit. And he's staying out again, Checo Perez, on worn tyres. I feel like we're in a good position to get dragged around by this DRS at the moment, which we're getting off the back here, and we can also use that to harvest our battery, which is going to let Verstappen get closer, but it's a fastest lap there for Alonso. But look at the pace we've got just here. I mean, we could even try and get past these guys if we want to. I think we might try it on this DRS. This DRS bit here, although I don't think we're going to have enough about us now. Let's make sure we're sitting behind them, getting the slipstream. Verstappen is now past Stroll already, so he's going to be 2 seconds on our tail. And, well, Fernando Alonso is harvesting up his battery. Come the end of the race, we should be in a pretty good position here. We should be in a good position. It's all down to when Sergio Perez is going to pit. That's what it all comes down to here. I mean, Bottas isn't completely out of the points yet either. He's not. He's not completely out of the points. I mean, this is Oh, last land. Guan Yu Zhou there, just driving all over the shop. Like, really, really struggling there. Verstappen is probably going to overtake us. I don't mind that. These two are squabbling in front. In fact, if we can get past these soon and maybe Verstappen gets stuck behind them, I don't know. It may work. Getting that clean air. Go on, stick in that clean air. Perez pits, Norris pits, Leclerc pits. So Russell stays out. So again, this is where we need to really make this work, as Alonso, is he coming in? No, he's not coming in. So yeah, stay in clean air. Your ERS is done, so we're going to have to charge that up at some point, but we do get that done. So you don't have to drive in clean air anymore, and hopefully Perez gets stuck behind them for a little while. But Alonso in a pretty good position at the moment. Right, Bottas, I know this is going to hurt, mate, but we need you to push a little bit. While some other teams are pitting, we need you to push. Alonso up into third. Verstappen has easily passed Guan Yu Zhou. That's annoying. I was hoping our old teammate would have helped us a bit. But, yeah, we're in a good position. We're in a good position here. In a very good... Bottas is only 30 seconds off Russell, who still needs to pit. He's got 39% tyres, 36% tyres. Our tyres are going to have more life than Verstappen at the end. This is going to be close. This is going to be very, very close. I wouldn't mind if we sort of let Verstappen go past us, because we can sort of hang on the back of him, hopefully. That's the plan. If we can keep that interval to less than a second and Verstappen drags us along,
I don't have that pace.
I honestly don't mind that. Honestly don't mind if Verstappen drags us along, and then at the end with our extra tyres, we go for it. We go for it a little bit more. Right, Bottas is... he tried his hardest to make that work. But for now, yeah, keep this within a second and we're happy. There you go. The other team, the other guys have pit. So they've really messed up their strategy, because they're going to come out down here somewhere. Bottas up to 13th, still battling with Hamilton. But I'm just wondering, if we look at leader, Bottas 28 seconds behind us. Ricciardo, Perez 5 seconds off us. So yeah, Verstappen should still pull us along, to be honest. Is Bottas going to get any of these people that have pitted late? Oh, he might do, you know. He might well do it. Bottas could be in a position to get some good points as well, as Alonso just sitting on the back of Max Verstappen is exactly what we need right now. Okay, so we're into the last few laps. 4 laps I think we've got left. We are harvesting up here behind Verstappen, and he is not getting away from us. The DRS is pulling us in. We've got much better tyre wear. We're on the medium tyres. His softs are on 34%. And we are in a fantastic position to pout in a minute. Bottas is in the points. He's got up to 10th. You've got Hamilton, and we're just letting him nurse his way home. Lovely stuff. We're just going to pop him onto conserve very quickly. But yeah, Hamilton cannot break this 1 second gap even while we're harvesting up. So if we go into neutral now, I think very soon we're going to have to make a move and try and get this done. Right, Bottas has got his fuel back in line, so that's good. But we've got fuel, we've got better tyres, we've got battery. We are in a cracking position here to try and make this move. We just need to close the gap. Do I want to wait until the last lap, or do we want to actually get this done? We've got lap 50, this is 55, we've got 56, and then the final lap. So you can see how much we gain on him, and we've basically got full battery and fuel to play with and better tyres. So I don't want to say I'm confident, because it's still Max Verstappen in a Red Bull, but we're in a very, very good position here to make something work. I think we try it not now. I think down the home straight is when we go for it. We're going to come round these corners. Just not sure. Do we go for it down this? Not this bit, obviously, after this next corner. I think we do, right? I think this is where we make our move. So we'll go into overtake. We'll push. We'll go aggressive on the tyres. Can we get this one done? If we need to, we'll go into the clean air. Get into clean air. Go on, Fernando. Make this work. Make this work. I hope we haven't gone a lap too early here. Now we need to push. So you got that done. Now we really need to push. Get it on deploy. Push the fuel. We've got 2 laps to go. Did I do it a lap early? I know Verstappen is going to have DRS from that bit there. But it's already half a second, and I'm hoping the push that we can do on our tyres means we'll be able to get away from him. It's risky. I know it's risky. But here we go. On like a lap and a half to go, Bottas has got plenty of space, got 3 seconds between him and Zhou, so he's going to get 10th unless he messes up. But yeah, 0.6 is the gap. This is the bit. This is where we need to stretch it. This is where we need to stretch it. Come on. What is... I mean, Verstappen's tyres must be knackered. 26%. Oh my word. He should be nowhere near us. 0.7, 0.6. We charged our battery up enough so that we should be able to do a lap and a half of full deploy, basically, which should give us enough to get away. Half a second is the gap. Verstappen still closing with his basically bald tyres. We're going to have a lap to go. 0.6 seconds is the gap. It's a huge DRS straight down this bit as well. Come on, deploy out of here. Verstappen is...
Last lap.
We're leading the Grand Prix on the last lap. Let's push the tyres maximum. Everything push. Push, push, push.
Pushing hard now. Pushing hard.
Push hard. Come on, Fernando. You can do this.
Copy.
Come on, Fernando. 0.6 is the gap. There's a little DRS zone after these corners. And I think if we can break away down this technical bit, we're going to be all right. We've held off the DRS down the back straight. And can we start Season 3 with a win? I mean, it's the longest recording I've ever done of a video because of how much I've been managing it. But I think it's beneficial. Oh, just need to keep an eye on the fuel. Just only saw that was 0 and 0. 0.9. I think it's going to be too much for Verstappen as this is the final DRS zone. Don't want our tyres to overheat, so we can drop them down to aggressive. Keep on pushing, Fernando. ERS is dead. 0.6. He's brought it back through that DRS zone. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, Fernando. 0.4. It's mediums against the softs. It's going to be really close. It's going to be really, really close. Does Verstappen have any ERS left? Fernando Alonso cuts him off. Round the final corner. Fernando Alonso. Can he make it stick? I think Verstappen's going to get DRS. Can he nick it at the line? Fernando Alonso is going to get it. He is. He wins. Fernando Alonso wins the first race of Season 3. Look at that. 0.171. Oh my word. We got it done with Fernando Alonso. Absolutely superb from Fernando there. Bloody hell, what a race. Fernando Alonso, what a drive. Still proving he is driver 1 for this team. Fernando Alonso, oh my god. What a race. We get double points. It's 1st and 10th, which is amazing. Oh my word, Fernando Alonso. Absolutely amazing. Is it Bottas that's run out of fuel? No, it's not. He is still going round. The strategy was spot on. We had enough tyres to beat Verstappen at the end, who was on his softs. 0.171. Come on, what a win. What a win. Oh my word. What a win for Fernando. That's our first race win in the series, I think. Come on, yes. I'm so happy, Fernando. Come on. Oh my word, what a race. What a race. I think that's how I'm going to have to do all the races now. I'm going to have to watch them from the cockpit. It's so much easier to manage it. And there he is. Fernando Alonso on number 1. Verstappen second. He looks pissed off, doesn't he, Max? And Charles Leclerc comes home in 3rd. But oh my word, what a race. What a race. Fernando Alonso brings home the trophy. Come on. What a start to Season 3. What a start to Season 3. Love it. Yes, Fernando. Absolutely superb. Drown your race engineer. Verstappen's having a good time up there now. He's decided to smile. Ah, oh, lovely. What a win. What a win. Come on. Yes, Fernando. Yes. There you have it. 5 places gained for Fernando Alonso. The 2-stop strategy. The fastest lap was done by Sergio Perez. But Valtteri Bottas actually drops 2 places, but does pick up a point as well, which is awesome. So we top the Drivers' Championship with 25 points for Fernando Alonso. And the Constructors, we sit 2nd, 5 points off Red Bull. Absolutely wonderful start to season 3. Oh, absolutely amazing. Absolutely bloody amazing. Andrugovic keeps up a development point as well. We make 4.8 million. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Come on. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so happy with that. And we've got our new suspension manufactured as well. Next up will be Jeddah, round 2 of 22. But that was absolutely amazing. So car setup, it's already installed on both cars anyway. It was just the spares that we were making. Fernando Alonso claimed the checkered flag, fought from P6 to P1. Lovely stuff. The board watched the race. Congratulations. Cannot be happy you led the team to victory. Lovely, lovely stuff. Next up then, we'll be back. I don't know if we can match that in Jeddah. I don't know if we're going to be able to match it, but what a superb performance from the whole team, all the drivers. Lovely stuff. Fernando Alonso gets P1 and our first race win of the series. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.